Ah, Good morning, 8 a.m. on Thursday, April 2nd. I hope your April is going well. Today's 60-minute flow. I'm a little tired still, so I'll wake up as we all start to get moving. But today's flow is gonna help us just awaken the body, so get the spine moving in all six directions and warm up and really tap into the breath, which is the most important part of the practice ultimately, is tapping into the breath. So that's what we're going to be at today as we move. So grab your coffee, got mine, bringing my cell phone over just so I can keep track of time. And yeah, we'll go ahead and we will get started. So one final sip. Off to the side it'll go. And let's find that comfortable seat. Feel free to sit crisscross applesauce. And either find a soft point for your gaze or just start to close your eyes. And before we get into our Ujjayi breath, we're going to come into working on the ratio of the breath. So working to even out the inhales and the exhales, and even using a pause at the top of the inhale to help us find more activation in the body. Good morning, everybody. All right, so let's find a comfortable seat. And as we begin, bring one hand to the crown of the head. As you inhale, sit up nice and tall, pressing lightly the head into the hand and the hand into the head, creating that neutral spine. And the neutral spine is one where we can stack vertebra on top of vertebra without feeling a lot of tension in the joints. Pressing the pelvis into the floor lightly so you feel that connection between the root, and we're establishing also the connection between the root and the crown of the head. So let's take one more full breath in here and full breath out. And then just bring your gentle awareness to your breath. Drawing belly button into the spine to protect the low back. Again, when we bring our belly button into the spine, we're just engaging through the core. We're not sucking anything in and up, just a slight engagement. And so as you bring your awareness to your breath this morning, just notice where the breath is starting in the body and how it's moving through the body. So on our breath travels our prana, our vital life force. And it's through control of the breath, through the movement of this prana, that we're able to begin to slow and control the thoughts of the mind. That's not to say the thoughts won't come in and out, but we're able to decide what we want to focus on a bit more and whatnot. Now we're going to start to deepen the breath. So as you inhale through the nose, let the belly expand, the ribs expand, and the back expand. And then as you exhale, again, draw the belly button into the spine, pushing the air out of the body. So inhale through the nose helps you expand. And exhale, bring belly button in slightly to send the air back out. And we're going to do this lightly, in through the nose and out through the nose. So inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time here. Breath in, expand. And breath out. Draw everything in. And now we're going to even out that inhale and exhale. So as we breathe in, let's breathe in for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale through the nose lightly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time here. Breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep establishing that breath on your own. So working toward a 5 count inhale and a 5 count exhale. We'll add in the pause at the top of the inhale a little bit later. We just want to become familiar with this rhythm in the breath, establishing that same length. And then as we add other elements to the breath, again, it can be more activating or more cooling. And this morning, we're going to go for a bit more activation. As you're here, start to come into your Ujjayi breath. So our Ujjayi breath takes place at the back of the throat. It'll help us build internal heat. And what's really important about the breath is how it balances the sympathetic and the parasympathetic parts of the nervous system. So there's that cooling and warming effect as well. And it keeps us in the moment. And that's really the main point of the practice, is to help us be present here in this moment. So take one more full breath wherever you're at. And then we'll meet at the bottom of the exhale. And as you inhale, breathe in through the nose as if you're trying to tell somebody a secret in a whisper, feeling the muscles of the back of the throat contract. And then we're going to add a slight pause at the top. Just a very slight pause. And then as you're ready, as it feels comfortable, exhale out through the nose, that aha sound, as if you're fogging up the mirror. And then we'll breathe in. So establishing that breath, letting the belly and sides and back expand. Pausing at the top, trying to pause without struggle. And then we're going to breathe out through the nose. If the pause at the top is making the exhale challenging, because we're concerned about the next part of the breath, then skip the pause. Just find that evenness. Okay, and that goes for things that emotionally could happen too. So if any anxiety or anything like comes back, stick with an even breath. We'll take one more full breath in here with the pause at the top. And full breath out. And this time as we inhale, keeping that breath, lift the arms up overhead, nice and slow. Use the full breath. And then as you exhale, bring the arms down as you're pushing out the air to the sides. Let's do that twice more. Breath in, nice and slow. Use the full inhale to reach up, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, draw the hands back down. And one final time here, breath in, lifts the arms up, air up. Exhale, draws it back down. And then we're going to take some seated cat-cows with some big arm movements. So as you inhale, reach the arms back, open the heart. As you exhale, bring the arms together, really round the back, dome it in. Inhale, almost as if you're swimming through the ocean, lift up. Exhale, round the back, dome it in, nice and slow. Inhale, open up. Use the full inhale, really activate through the shoulders. Exhale, round the back. Let the gaze be the last thing to come in. One more here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, lean over to the left, side body stretch. Left hand can come down to the ground. Fingertips can reach up and over. Inhale, lift up. And exhale to the other side. So side body stretch, working our spine in all 6 directions. Flexion, extension, and then we'll add in the twist as well. And let's do that with movement. Inhale, up. Exhale to the side. Inhale up. Exhale to the side. One final time. Inhale up. Exhale to the side. Inhale up. And exhale to the side. Now we're going to add in a twist. So inhale, lift up and swim the arms over to the left. So right hand on left knee. Left hand comes behind you. Sit up nice and tall. So press crown of the head toward the ceiling. Inhale, find length. Exhale, just take a gentle twist. Being kind and gentle. It's like we just rolled out of bed this morning and popped up to our mat. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, swim through center. And exhale to switch sides. So left hand on right knee, right hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall. You can use that back hand to help you find the lift. And then exhale, find a gentle twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. And let's do that twice more with our breath. Inhale, swim through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come through center and twist as you exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale, find your twist. As you inhale, come through center. And exhale, sit on back onto your sit bones, coming into Navasana, boat pose. So start maybe by bringing your hands behind your thighs. Use that momentum to help you lift your chest up a little bit more. Shine the heart toward the ceiling. Crown of the head lifts. We're going to warm up the core slightly. A warmed up core helps us engage the core throughout the practice. So I know it's like, why are we doing this so early this morning? I'm right here with you. We've got this. Maybe you release your hands. Let's hold and breathe for 5, 4. Press heels toward something in front of you. Toes back towards you for 3, for 2. Take a full breath in. This time as you exhale, extend the left leg long, right sole of the foot's going to come to the inner thigh. We'll take an early forward fold, an early seated tree, warming up the rest of the body. So I like to bring my hands behind my thigh, next to my thighs. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale with a flat back, gently fold. So hinge from the hips. And as you fold, draw belly button slightly in so you can find that length. Try not to let the back run. So you may not go down super far, especially if we're really tight, again, in the legs. We just woke up. Nobody's expecting us to be super loosey-goosey right now. Nose is reaching for the toes. Lift, then lengthen, and exhale to fold. So stay with your breath. That's the most important part of the practice. And if nothing else today, find your breath throughout all parts of the shape. And we don't care about what it looks like. We're just going to work with the intention of each shape. Let's take one more breath in here. And breath out. As we inhale, come back up, meeting in Navasana once again on our exhale. Hands can come behind the thighs. They can stay there. Arms can reach nice and long. Hold and breathe. 5, 4. You've got this. 3, 2. Take a breath in, sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, extend the right leg long. Left sole of the foot will come to the inner thigh. Hands are going to come to the outside of the leg. Take a breath in, lengthen. Exhale, twist over the leg and fold. So same thing, nice flat back, crown of the head, forward, root down toward the earth. Continue with that long inhale. Slight pause at the top. And long exhale. Again, we're looking to activate the body this morning, activate all of our senses in a way that we feel connected. And that's what the pause at the top of the inhale helps us do. And let's take one more full breath in here and a full breath out. Hopefully you're getting a little warm as we move. Setting that off to the sides. Inhale, lift back up, coming to Navasana. Last time here in this Navasana. Toes towards you, heels pressing forward. Sit up nice and tall as if there's a string, lifting the heart. Hold and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, cross at the ankles. Let's find our neutral tabletop shape. Stack shoulders over wrists and hips over the knees. We're going to pause here for a minute as we fan our fingers nice and wide, pressing the ground away. Belly button in to help us find our neutral spine. So everything is in neutral. Hips are back, crown of the head forward, one long line. Take a deep breath in. And a deep, slow breath out. So in every shape, reestablish the breath till we really start to move one breath per movement. Then hopefully it'll just flow. On your next inhale, extend your right leg out nice and long. Flex the foot and pause here. Bring a bit more weight toward the center. So thigh of that left foot is pressing toward the center. But today, we're going to take it a little differently. Press into your left hand, and as you inhale, open up to the side, a supported side plank, and that bottom foot might move a little bit. So if it naturally starts to move so the knee stays stacked, do that. Right arm reaches up, flex the left foot, send the hips up toward the ceiling. Let's take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, using those obliques, crunch knee into elbow. Inhale, lengthen, maybe now the arm reaches up overhead. Exhale, crunch it in, knee to elbow. Twice more, breath in, lengthen. Use the full breath, so we're going to move a little slower. Exhale, knee into elbow. Last time, breath in, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, really find your length. Exhale, gently set everything down, tabletop. I'm going to switch sides here. So as you inhale, extend your left leg nice and long. Send the weight of the inner right thigh toward the center of the mat. Take a breath in. This time as we exhale, let's open up to the side. So our left foot is extended, toes are flexed, left arm will reach up. Take a breath in. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch it in. Twice more. Slow and steady. Breath in. Breath out. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Find your length. Flex your foot. And then as you exhale, bring it back down, tabletop. Let's take 2 full breaths here. Establish the breath, find your neutral spine. And remember not to let the head drop. The spine starts through the head, and our energy starts in the crown of the head, and it creates that connection with the base of the spine. One more full breath in here, or a coffee break. We're all for it. And a full breath out. Just checking on our time. Okay. And from here, curl your toes under and lift your knees to hover. Just about half an inch off the mat. So really draw the ribs together, core engaged. As you inhale, lift the knees 3 inches. As you exhale, slowly draw them back down to a slight hover. Let's do that 3 more times. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, nice and slow. Just move the knees. Exhale, breath out. Last time, inhale. Exhale, draw all the way down. As you inhale, start to extend the arms. And exhale, meet in a child's pose. Take 2 full rounds of breath here. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Please feel free to bring your head to the mat. I just don't like to talk into the ground because the ground doesn't really care what I have to say. So let's take 1 more breath in here. Breath out. Your next inhale, curl your toes under. And as you exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. So we've warmed up the core, and hopefully it's starting to feel a little easier, a little less of a struggle to keep the core engaged. So a warm core helps us notice it. In our downward facing dog, let's establish that neutral spine. We really want to find length from the for the spine and also the legs. So here, bend the knees, send the hips up and back. And you can keep the knees bent or you can straighten the legs, creating more of that inverted V shape. Feel free to pedal out the feet nice and slow. So we're still establishing that long breath in and that long breath out. 5 count in, slight pause at the top, 5 count out. And it's okay to count your own breath today. Maybe you shorten it, maybe you elongate it. Finding stillness here. Let's take 2 full breaths in and out. And everybody's breath rhythm is different. So if your breath is going a little bit slower than mine or a little bit faster, that's fine, as long as it's steady and even. On our next inhale, let's walk our hands to meet the feet at the back of the mat. And let the knees bend. The head will hang heavy. And so we're working toward a stretch along the back side of the body. So you're likely more intensely going to feel it on the back side of the legs. Or depending on how the back feels, you might feel more intensely there. Even if you don't feel it as intensely in one place as the other, we're still finding that stretch. So for the upper body here, it's really beginning to loosen the ligaments along the spine. For here, again, all the way up from the heels to the calves, to the hamstrings and the muscles of the glutes. Let's take one more breath here. Breath out. This time as we inhale, find a flat back. And then as you exhale, walk your way up to a plank pose, nice and slow. Round through the upper back, send the heels behind you. Do not let your hips drop. That's gonna hurt the low back. So if that's happening, draw the knees down. Keep your core engaged. We're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, take a deep breath in, and slowly exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, begin to walk your way to the top of the mat. Keep your legs long and straight as long as you can. We'll find a flat back here as we inhale and exhale to fold. Let's try that again. Breath in, lengthen, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold. One final time here, as you inhale, lengthen, pinch a pencil between the shoulder blades, and exhale to fold. As you inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, reach up, look up, and exhale, come into your mountain pose. I'm gonna turn around so you can see me a little bit better, but we'll find our mountain pose. You can decide if you want big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, or your feet hips width distance apart. Our knees need to be pointed straight forward because that actually helps us with the back. So if we've got one knee doing something funky, we may not feel it right away, but it does add unevenness to the low back. And our knees are a good indicator of that. Crown of the head up, root of the spine, pressing down. Let's reestablish our breath connection. And we're gonna do that by coming to the tippy toes. So we inhale, reach the arms up out to the side. And then as you exhale, bring your hands behind you, reaching for opposite shoulder blades. Step back a little bit. As you inhale, lift back up, tippy toes. Exhale, come all the way back down. It should actually be one breath per movement. So inhale lifts you up. We're gonna find that pause at the top as we reach for opposite shoulder blades. And then exhale, slowly come back down. Arms and heels. Try and use the full breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. We're gonna pause, excuse me. I'm struggling with my breath count today. And then as we exhale, let's bring it back down. So inhale lifts you up, pause at the top, and exhale brings you down. Let's do that a few more times with your breath. Start to establish that rhythm. And don't worry about the hands needing to exactly reach the shoulder blades. Stupidly open shoulders on my end. Trust me, it's not as great as it's cracked up to be. So let's breathe here. Let's take 4 more. So we're establishing our balance. As we lift up onto the heels, you might consider squeezing the heels together. Really expand through the core. Pause at the top. And then bring it back down. 3 more, everybody. Last time. Moving into our golden seed sequence. As you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. As you exhale, bring the energy back down and just place the hands one top of the other over the belly button. Let that energy establish in the body. Let the breath establish in the body. And we'll begin. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, step out to the sides, coming into an open horse pose or goddess squat. So our fingertips are flexing, sparking energy. Our toes are out to the sides, and we're establishing knee over ankle, knee pointed straight forward. So if you find your knees bowing in, make some adjustments with the feet. Maybe you shorten the stance. Maybe you don't sink down as low. We're going to be here for several breaths to sink into the shape, to understand the shape in our body. One thing we want to do, bring one hand to the low belly, back of the other hand to the back. So as we inhale, lift up and press down, finding our neutral spine. Arms out to the side. Now we're going to add a little variation here. So as you inhale, you're going to lean up and exhale, come to the side stretch. Inhale, swim through center. Exhale, side. So keep the energy sparking in the fingers. Inhale, press out. Exhale, take your twist. One last time, press out. And then to the side. This time as you inhale, reach up. Toes are going to come in. And with a rounded back, fold forward, coming into an elephant pose. Pause here. Let's reestablish the breath. So as we start to add more movement, the breath might get away from us. And our intention today is to really keep that connection. Weight of the hips over the ankles. So hips, tailbone back, crown of the head forward. Keep your right hand planted. And as you inhale, open the left arm up. Right toes are going to pop up. So our twisted elephant, working into the hips, open the chest, gazes up. Find your breath. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Left hand plants. Inhale, right arm reaches up. So back toes, left toes will pop up. Gaze comes up. You might stack shoulder on top of shoulder, but really allow the hips to get involved. Open the chest. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Come back down. As you inhale, gather up the earth. And then as you exhale, reach the arms up. Press back. Let's take a slight back bend here. So we'll pause. Hips are going forward. Lead from the mid back. So if you start to feel it in the low back, stop. It could mean we've gone too far. It's not what we're doing. Take one more breath in, lengthen. And this time as you exhale, fold. Bring the arms long behind you, flat back. I'm going to turn around for just a minute so you can see what my arms are doing. As I'm folding here, it's as if I'm squeezing a block in between my hands, activating the shoulder blades here. Breathing here. As you inhale, bend the knees, toes forward, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold back again. Drinking bird. Press something in the middle of the hands. This time the hands will come out to the side. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, let's bring our hands back down to the belly. So we're gonna move 1 breath per movement, nice and slow, working toward that ratio, understanding how this feels in our body. And at a certain point, just letting the breath kind of take over because we know the movement and what that can do for us. So widen out the feet, inhale, let's take our time, reach up. And then as we exhale, open horse pose, goddess squat. Inhale, swim the arms up. Exhale, lean over to one side. Inhale, swim. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, reach up, turn the toes in. Exhale, fold forward, elephant pose. Right hand plants. Inhale, left arm lifts, right toes lift. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, right hand lifts, left toes lift. Exhale, come back through center. Gathering up the earth. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms press, take a back bend. Inhale, start to come through. And exhale, fold, drinking bird. Inhale, arms reach, knees bent forward. Exhale, drinking bird, nice and slow. Inhale, out to the sides. Let's keep moving. Exhale, open horse. Inhale. Exhale, take your side stretch. Inhale, swim through center. Exhale, take your side stretch. Inhale through center, lift. Exhale, fold. Right hand plants. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Gather up the earth. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press up and back. Inhale, starts to straighten the spine. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale, knees bent, arms up. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale, out to the sides. Let's do this one more time, twice more. Exhale, open horse. Inhale, swim through center. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, up, toes forward. Exhale, fold, elephant pose. Right hand plants. Inhale, left arm lifts up. Exhale, brings it down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, reach up, grab the earth. Exhale, press it back, back bend. Inhale, straighten neutral spine. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale, bend the knees, lift up. Exhale, drinking bird. Last time, inhale out to the sides. Move with your breath. Inhale, swim. Side stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold, elephant pose. You know where we're going. Inhale, twisted elephant. Exhale through center. Inhale, twisted elephant, other side. Exhale through center. Gather up the earth. Breath in, reach. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, flat back as we find drinking bird. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, flat back, drinking bird. This time, inhale, reach out to the sides. Exhale, bring one hand to the belly, the other hand on top. Go ahead and bring the feet together. Pause here. Reestablish the breath. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So work to elongate the breath, just checking our time. Awesome. Okay. So coming to the top of our mat, let's meet in Tadasana, mountain pose. Keep the core engaged, tailbone down, as long as we keep a nice neutral spine. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Gaze is going to follow the thumbs. And as you exhale, bend through the knees, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, find a flat back. Shift the weight of the hips over the ankles. Pinch a pencil between the shoulder blades. And exhale to fold. As you inhale, plant the hands. Step back, high plank. Hold and breathe. High plank, draw the low ribs together. Take a breath in. As you exhale, come into downward facing dog and have the right hand reach for the left thigh. Down dog twist. So feet are going to be hips width distance apart here. Let the right hand really pull you through. Slowly as you inhale, roll forward, high plank, nice and controlled. Exhale, down dog twist, other side. So roll back, left hand reaches for right shin or ankle. So imagine here that you forgot to put on deodorant this morning. And what you're doing is you're trying to do a discreet check. So you're using your hand to pull you through, but so you can sniff your armpit a little bit. Be like, oh yes, I did that. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, down dog twist right. Inhale, come through center, nice and slow. So really find that high plank, that's our center. Exhale, roll back, down dog twist. Let's take that twice more now that you know the rhythm. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, down dog twist. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, down dog twist. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Drop the knees. Keep the elbows in. And as you exhale, shift forward and lower all the way down to the ground. So bringing your forehead to the mat, arms long by the sides, zipper the legs. We're going to come into Shalabhasana here. So we'll take it in stages as we, work into the spine a little bit more. So tops of the feet press into the earth. Tops of the hands are going to press into the ground. As you inhale, lift the chest, lift the shoulders. So establish that neutral spine. Gaze will be about 6 inches in front of you. Press the hands up, lift the chest. One more breath in here. And breath out. Keeping the forehead on the ground, shoulders pressed down. This time as you inhale, lift the lower body, just the legs. Squeeze the ankles together. Take a breath in. Exhale to lower. So one final time, we're going to do this all together. Inhale, lift up, Shalabhasana, shoulders, chest, thighs, and ankles. Arms are lifting off the ground. Nice neutral neck. Hold and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Planting the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift up through a tabletop. And exhale is going to bring you into a child's pose. Take 3 strong breaths here, just checking our time. Very strong, deep breaths here. And deep breaths out. One more full inhale. Full exhale. From child's pose, as you inhale, curl the toes under. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Reestablish your breath. Long inhale. Long exhale. Activating through the core, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Find a low runner's lunge. Knee stacked over the ankle, crown of the head forward, tailbone back, pressing up to the ball of the foot. You might establish a bit more length. We'll take a breath in, and as you exhale, drop the back knee down. On our inhale, we're gonna come into Anjaneyasana. So bring your hands to your thigh, or you can reach them up overhead. To be honest, I'm not feeling super warm to hold this. It just isn't my favorite, so I'm gonna keep my hands on my thighs, but if it feels good to you to reach your arms up overhead, that's great. Press the thigh forward. So working to open up the front side of this leg here. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, plant your hands around the front foot. And as you exhale, straighten the front foot, sitting the hips back toward the heel. Half split. Toes towards you, and full split is in your practice and you're feeling open enough this morning, please feel free to go there. Toes towards you, lean forward, flat back. Let's take one more breath here. And breath out. As you inhale, come forward, bending through the front knee. Uncurl the back toes as you exhale. Reestablish that low runner's lunge. And then using the power of your core, bring hands to your thighs as you inhale. So we'll work into our high lunge in stages. Make sure your tailbone is tucked under and down. Nice long spine. Pressing through the big toe mound of the right foot. Inhale, lift up, high lunge. Breathe here. So come to the ball of the back foot, straighten through the back leg, and you're gonna press through the back heel. Self-adjustment, low belly up, tailbone down. Arms can reach up. Breathe. So start to shift your weight over the front foot as you inhale. And then as you exhale, lift off the back leg. Warrior three. So hands can come long, hands can be out in front, or hands can come to your heart space. Flex through the back foot. So our point here is to find balance. So find a soft spot on the floor in front of you to find your gaze. Keep lifting up out of the standing leg. Turn your hips so the hip points are pointed down to the ground. Sometimes it helps to bring both hands to the hips and just to self-adjust. Ooh, I'm even falling. So if you fall, it's all right. Just get right back into it, my friends. Yoga school about many chances. So, finding our warrior three. Let's take a deep breath in, lengthen. And as you exhale, bring both hands down for a standing half split. We're going to be here for just 2 breaths. Let the head hang nice and heavy. Keep a slight bend in the knee if you'd like. Heart is working toward the thigh. As you inhale here, find a flat back and very slowly, gently set the left foot back. Bringing your hands inside your foot, we're coming into dragon pose. So work the right foot out to the side. Drop the back knee if you'd like. You can keep your hands inside. You can stay lifted here, come to a block or to a book, or you can come down to the forearms. For this first one, I'll switch sides so you can see my knee. Try and keep the knee toward the shoulder. We'll open it up in a bit, but let's establish the shape here. So you might be like, oh, my hands are good, or coming down to the forearms. So we're stretching out the back, front side of the back leg. We're working into this hip joint. Let's take one more breath in here. Breath out as you press the knee toward the shoulder. Now, if you'd like, you can stay right here, or you can open up the knee out to the side of the mat. Taking a bit more of an external rotation, hand can press gently on the thigh. Take one more breath here.
Breath out. As you inhale, come back through center, heel toe the foot in, and frame the front foot. As you exhale, lift the back foot up, and then on your next inhale, come into your high plank. Shift forward, drop the knees, lower all the way down, elbows into the belly. Inhale, Shalabhasana, locust pose, lift up. Exhale, lower. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Inhale through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, activate through the core. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Find our low runner's lunge. Take a breath in, lengthen. Exhale, drop the back knee. As you inhale, bring your hands to your thighs. Anjaneyasana. So working into our left side now, it might feel slightly different. Lengthen through the back leg. We're getting into this left hip joint. Maybe use your hands to just move some of the flesh a little bit on your thigh so you can sink a little deeper. See what that does. It might change the shape for the better. It might be like, no, thank you. And that's fine too. Let's take one more breath in here. Breath out. As you inhale, frame your front foot. Exhale, straighten the front leg, half split. Flex the foot. So we're going to likely feel a stretch along the back side of the leg. Let's take 2 more full breaths in and full breaths out. And on your next inhale, come back through center, frame your front foot. Exhale, uncurl the back toes, reestablish your low runner's lunge. So start to lift belly button to spine to lift it off the thigh, press into the left big toe mound. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your thigh. Press the thigh forward without letting the knee go too far past the ankle. Straighten through the back leg. Lift up low belly, tuck tailbone. Inhale, reach the arms up, high lunge. Breathe here. Establish your breath. Then on your next inhale, start to shift the weight forward over the foot. And exhale, lift off, warrior 3. 5 breaths. So low belly lifts up to help you lift out of the standing leg. A slight bend in the leg is fine. Bring your hands to your hips and adjust both hip points down to the ground. 5 toes pointed straight down. Crown of the head forward, tailbone back. Let's breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2. Take a breath in, lengthen. Exhale, slowly fold, standing half split. Right leg lifts up. Chest, heart reaches down toward the ground. Let the head hang heavy. Core is still engaged, so low ribs are cinching together. Take one more breath here. Breath out. So find a flat back as you inhale. And exhale, gently set the right foot long behind you. Bring your hands inside your foot as you heel toe the left foot towards the long edge of the mat, lizard pose. Stay lifted, drop the back knee if you'd like. Hands can be here, or you can come on down to the forearm. For this first one, and I'll turn again so you can see this, make sure the knee is pressing in toward the shoulder, just checking our time. Okay. Let's breathe here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can stay here, or you can just start to open up the knee out to the side, maybe pressing one of your hands on the thigh. Find your breath, a little bit more external rotation. As you inhale, come back through center and start to heel toe the right foot toward the left foot toward the other side of the mat. We're going to set up for resting half pigeon. Would have been a beautiful transition on the other side, but these things happen in the moment sometimes. So as we come into our pigeon, we took our left foot from the left side of the mat and worked it over toward the right side of the mat. Shin is parallel-ish to the front of the mat, just depending on where your range of motion in your hips and how open you're feeling this morning. Do check your back foot. Make sure the toes are pointing out directly from the hip and pointed straight back. Flex the front foot, the more parallel it is. Evenness in both hips, so both hip points pointed square forward. Always feel free to place a block, blanket, anything, or a book underneath the left hip that's lifting off. You can stay here, feeling the stretch on the outside of the leg or in the glute, or you can begin to fold forward. We're going to be in this shape for 1 minute, so I'm going to time us here. Feel free to fold, or as you settle in, use the breath to just gently help you settle into the shape. We don't have to go completely into it. There's no right or wrong way, as long as you're being safe in your body and you're feeling a sensation that feels manageable for you. So pain and discomfort are different. Continue to breathe here. Establish a nice long breath. Let's all take a deep, slow breath in and a deep, slow breath out. As you inhale, start to come on up. And find your way as you uncurl the back toes to a tabletop shape. Take your left hip. Maybe you take some really nice hip circles. I don't know if they're nice. Hopefully they feel nice. After you've come out of that shape, stretch out the leg, maybe draw it in. And then we're going to switch sides. So bring your right foot forward. Start to work the right foot toward the left fingertips, the left wrist, to that left side of the mat. And then square the shin forward. Left leg is nice and long. Do your checks here. So hip, knee, toe. One long line coming out directly from the hip. Establish evenness in the hips. If you find your right hip lifting off, block, blanket, sweater, book. Something just to help you find evenness there. Flex the foot, the more parallel the shin is to the mat. You can stay here if you're feeling the stretch, or you can start to fold. Again, variations of any shape just help us meet us as we are and where we're at in the moment. So one variation is not better than the other. They're just different to help us get into our body. So for the next minute, find your breath. Let's all take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. As you inhale, start to lift up. As you exhale, come into your tabletop. Take those hip circles. And then sit back, child's pose. Reconnect with the breath here. If you bring the knees together, that's going to help you stretch out the low back a little bit more. If you bring the knees as wide as the mat, you're going to likely feel this a bit more in the hips. Same shape, different variations to help us get into just different parts of the body. As you're ready, on an inhale, go ahead and start to sit up and sit to one side and bring the legs out nice and long. You might want to scooch up a little bit here. Flex the feet. Sit up nice and tall, belly button in. Notice the length, neutral spine. Take a breath in, reach forward. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. So we really do want to establish our hinge from the hips. If we find that we're rounding the upper back, come out of it a little bit and go into it a bit more slowly. Keep belly button in. You might not go down as far. That's okay. The goal here is just to feel the stretch along the back side of the body. Or excuse me, the intention behind the shape. Apologies. Find your breath. Maybe you close the eyes. Let's take one more breath in, breath out. As you inhale, lift up. As you exhale, slowly start to lean back. Our last bit of core, keep the core engaged. Try not to round the back too much. Breathe here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking a very simple inversion. If you have another inversion in your practice, please feel free to take that. But I'm just gonna stick my legs straight up. We worked really hard today. And sometimes it's just nice to not have to go any further, knowing that we're awesome right where we're at, and that this can feel really great in the body. And maybe it's challenging as we need right now. You can always place a block or a book underneath the sacrum. But if you do that and find your abs are really engaged, scoot the book down a little bit. And we're just gonna breathe here. Take one more full breath in, full breath out. As you inhale, draw your knees into your chest. As you exhale, reach for the outsides of the feet, happy baby. Feel free to rock from side to side, massaging out the low back. From here, draw your knees back through center and just bring the legs down, soles of the feet to touch. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. Soles of the feet to touch, knees as wide as the mat. Maybe one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Let's just take 3 slow, deep breaths. Letting this be the last control of the breath we have for this practice. So deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, breath in. And this time as you exhale, open the mouth. Sigh it out. Let the hands release. Let the legs go nice and long. Savasana, final resting pose. Breathing here. Letting everything go. And letting the ground hold you up. Let the head feel heavy on the mat. Let the muscles start to just move away from the bone. The jaw release from the hinges. And the roof of the mouth rise. And just notice how you feel. Begin to feel the weight of your body on the mat. Invite some gentle movement back into the body by wiggling fingers and toes. Reach the arms and the legs long overhead. Take a full body stretch. And then gently and slowly transition to a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. And pausing here at the top of the mat for just a moment. Checking back in with the breath and its natural rhythm. Where do you feel the breath start? How is the breath moving through the body? More importantly, check in with the mind. What does it feel like? Is it active? Is it a bit more passive? Is it a bit calmer? A bit more peaceful? It's okay if the last few don't describe you quite yet. It could just be the day. It could just be more practice. But know that wherever you're at, you're awesome. You showed up. You made it to your mat. And let me tell you something. That's 99% of the battle most of the time. It's just being here, being on your mat. As we lift our hands to our heart space, let's bow our heads in a moment of gratitude, thanking ourselves for making time for our practice, and then silently thanking those in our virtual community for joining us today, sharing this space. Lifting thumbs to the space between the eyes, the third eye center, the seat of the intuition, knowing everything you need is already inside. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Hopefully you feel a bit more awake, a bit more alive. And yeah, so tomorrow, 5:30 to 6:45, slow flow plus yin. Tell your friends. It'll be a good time. Bye, everybody. Happy Friday Eve.